Alright guys, Boy here to play some more Ratchet and Clank 2, and we should be on Planet Grelbin, but we're not because I'm going back to get something that I missed before. This isn't like a titanium. Fucking hell. Platinum bolt. Man, I regret not taking chemistry because I evidently don't know my periodic table. I got no idea what these metals are. Yeah, I'm going back to get not a titanium. Oh my god. See what? Something's wrong with me, ladies and gentlemen. Something is wrong with me. I can correct myself and then get it wrong the next second. It's ridiculous. I'm officially retarded. I'm officially retarded. Someone come to my house with a branding iron that they use for cattle and get a blacksmith to make it form the word retarded and burn it into my head, because I need it burned into my head so every time I look in the mirror I can remind myself of how retarded I am. This is ridiculous. As I was saying, oh, I can't use that. Crap. This is not a platinum bolt. This is in fact this guy up here.
Captain Quark, completing quality control on Super Electro Gadget. Hammer of power detecting no defect.
And apparently his quality assurance involves
Ratchet of Velden.
mallet.
I knew this day would come.
Reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke. When they want to test something if it's good, they run a steamroller over it to see if it's good. But how do you test a steamroller? How do you know if it's... No. I love the way he delivers that joke. Like, he delivers it... He doesn't deliver it properly. It's just weird. Like, he doesn't finish it properly. He says, well, who checked the steamroller? How do you test if steamroller is... And then he just cuts himself off.
Come on, Clank. Let's get going.
I love his idiolect. It's just amazing how he can... Just the way he speaks is hilarious. Mitch Hedberg is like the one comedian who I can listen to over and over and actually laugh out loud at the jokes. Not just because I can quote them, I guess, because his jokes are very memorable because they're one-liners. But, like, even George Carlin, who's like my favorite stand-up comedian of all time, I can watch his routines a lot and I don't laugh out loud. I appreciate and love what he's saying and get a lot of inspiration from him, but I don't laugh out loud anymore. I used to when I first watched the routines. They were amazing. But yeah, Mitch Hedberg is the only comedian who I can actually watch his routines again and laugh at the jokes. Same with Stephen Wright, who's very similar to Hedberg. Very inspirational for Hedberg, I would imagine. Same thing. He does a lot of one-liners, and his jokes are amazing as well. Something I've always kind of hated, or not hated, but wanted to improve when it comes to me as a comedian, that I just don't have any comic persona or personality. When I kind of do improvised bits, like just in my bedroom, just in front of the mirror or something, there's no consistency. I talk about generally, you know, social issues and stuff, or I tell, you know, stories about stupid things that I did, like, you know, publishing blog entries about how I wanted to fuck girls in my ear or whatever. But it's never, like, consistent. Like, there's no consistent delivery. Sometimes I'm angry and I'm on, like, an angry rant kind of thing. Sometimes I'm taking the piss out of myself and it's a lot less angry. It's a lot more self-depreciative. And yeah, I just have no consistency with that. Anyway, we're back here, and I really should have just come to and got this first thing, gone to the planet, because that would have saved some time. But you got to see the cutscene that you couldn't listen to anyway, because I was talking over the top of it. That's wrong. Hold on, maybe it's down here. Here we go. Right, so up here. Is this it? No. Oh yeah, this is it. For some reason, you have to unlock the one you have to do, but you don't have to unlock the secret one. Right, so the way to do this is to go, I think, now. Then it goes down, then it comes back up again, then you just gotta kind of hover up here, and then you gotta go down again, and then hopefully we'll make it. No. Alright then, at least you don't have to deal with checkpoints like you did with the other one. Kind of just tap the X button so you can conserve fuel. Conserving your life would theoretically be more important than that, but you know, dangerous times for the environment. The environment is more important. Ratchet's a sacrificing kind of guy, you know. I think we're gonna make it now. There we go. and you talk to this dude over here, you might recognize him.
Hey, I know those pants.
Consarn it! Here's the problem.
I was amazed when I found out, I probably already mentioned this in the Ratchet and Clank 1 LP, but the same guy who plays the plumber is the janitor from Scrubs. That was just amazing.
I know that, but they don't. I get triple time and
It's not really that much of a coincidence, though. I mean, you know, he is an actor.
Ew.
He does voice work. It makes sense for him to be in something else. I guess it's just surprising that two things I like, it has the same guy.
You want to buy it?
Yeah, let's buy it.
There you go, pal. See you in another year or so.
What did he mean by that?
Hint, hint. Probably see me doing another game in a year or so when I fucking finish this thing. Speaking of coincidences, I watched a Qualia Soup video a while back. Please don't stop me on the other side, please. Oh, crap. Seriously? Oh, it'd be good for me to, like, reload the game. And just start again. Like, no, seriously, get off. Get off. Fine, I will burn all the fuel and we'll go down. I was watching a Qualia Soup video on coincidences, and he basically outlined that coincidences are like a lot more likely than people think. And that they're not that coincidental sometimes. Like coincidences are statistically likely to happen quite frequently, given how many coincidences could possibly occur. And, you know, he kind of explained why it was kind of ridiculous that people get this whole obsession over, oh my god, that couldn't have been a coincidence. It had to be like divine intervention or something. You know, coincidences are so unlikely that this had to have been planned to happen by some external being, some supernatural force. Not really, not when you look at the maths. I was also watching a bunch of evolution videos by Aaron Ra on how like creationism is just completely unfounded. It's just amazing science behind that. And I mean, I never took science in high school. I did all the way through year 7 to year 10 because it was mandatory. But it was never like my favorite subject. I never really liked it. I was never that good at it. Physics was kind of cool. Like physics was mainly maths, you know. Physics was just the application of mathematics to the physical world, as is most science to some degree. But it was like formulas and stuff, calculating velocity and angles and shit like that. And it was only like an introductory thing, so I didn't really get into it. Anyway, but I never took science in like senior school, like year 11, year 12. Most of my classes were humanities. Like, what did I do? I did like advanced English, which is mandatory. Ironically, the course I hated probably the most, but the most beneficial in terms of me wanting to be a comedian and everything, because I mean, although I do testify that I learnt or had more fun learning English from George Carlin and that, because he taught me a lot more about language than English did. He was a lot more persuasive in his arguments than the English class was.
Cool.
Yeah, you might not want to do that. I think a lot more than humidity has got to that fucking thing.
Bolt pickup range is increased.
That dramatic irony. See, what did I take? I took advanced English, advanced maths, extension maths. It's just retarded how I took like extension maths, yet I ended up doing creative writing at university. When I did, my maths mark was 87 and my English mark was 72. Makes no sense. I did drama, which was by far my favorite. Even though I got like 70 in that because I couldn't do the theory at all. Like the theory was ridiculous. It was so open-ended and the questions were so retarded that they just made no sense. Like, explain how the director does this, that, and the other. It's like, we never studied how to be a fucking director. We studied how to form performances and play build physically, not with writing. Why are we studying written plays when all the physical stuff we do, or all the practical stuff we do, rather, is play building? that doesn't involve any planned, articulated ideas. It just kind of, we develop it really quickly and kind of rush through it, and things just come together. Playwriting as opposed to play building through other methods like improvisation and just testing shit out is a lot more articulated and a lot more precise. They examined you on shit you never did. It was just stupid. In a way that I don't think you should have to look at drama at all. But anyway, the point is that I took it. And what else did I take? I took software design, got about 80 for that, which is pretty good, and business studies, which I also got about 75, 80 for, something like that. So, and I just never took any sciences, but looking at this evolution stuff and biology and things like that, it's really interesting. And I just think it kind of sucks that I can understand a lot of it, because I mean, a lot of it just comes from basic critical thinking and reasoning, basic reasoning. And I understand some scientific things. I just don't understand it in depth like this guy does. And just, you know, I understand all the logical bases, all the logical bases. Bases? Yeah, bases.
And
The basis of logic for all the arguments. So I understand all that and the critical theory behind it, but I don't understand all these really intricate biological things. I understand basic things about DNA, and I can understand his arguments against the creation side, but it's really complicated stuff. And like, if I got into an argument with the creationist, I would not stand up on my own knowledge. I would have to refer to videos like his and literature, not literature, but, you know, scientific journals and things, a lot more. Now, just going back to this level for a moment, this is going to be ridiculous. Now, not sure. Yeah, we'll stick to the rules. We'll stick to the rules. I'm still sticking to the only use weapons that are not upgraded thing. That little test I've set myself, going pretty good with it so far. I have only broken it when I've had to in the arena. For anyone who's played the game, though, you will know how ridiculous this shit is. How absolutely insane this can be. And I'm just running around getting these things because I don't have the time to stop. Because if I stop, I get raped. I get raped by Yetis. These guys are relentless, they come from everywhere. Then you got those big dudes who shoot lasers at you who are even more relentless. Granted, you run away from them, they can't get you because they can't follow you, but it's still going to be quite tricky. And I have to get 16 more on top of the 9 I have to get for this, so I have to get a total of 25. And shit. Okay, seriously? Shit. Okay, seriously. Where? I need another one that's just sticking out the ground. I don't want to have to fight one of those things. Ah, fine. Fuck it. Let's go. Just please die. Just please die. Yay! He died. Gimme so I can run away. Hey! That's shit. I hate that about this. It automatically equips the gravity boots instead of the charge boots for no reason. I said charge boots. So we can charge away. There we go. Alright then. Take your fucking moonstones. But yeah, all those videos just showed me how just unenlightened you'd have to be to take the creationist position. And I mean, it comes from the basic principle that religion... Because intelligent design is just creationism in disguise. It always has been. I've never been fooled by that. I can't imagine how that would fool anyone. It's so obvious, you know. But the whole intelligent design thing is based on the religious conviction that there is a supernatural creator and that he usually created the earth in a certain amount of time and just poofed things into existence. But when you look at the science, it's so ignorant to take that position, because I mean, excuse me, I ate like chips before, I'm really gassy. Gassy. There's some biology for you, trollolol. But yeah, because that whole biblical story, or the literal interpretation of it, is based on an assumption You're assuming it's correct before getting evidence, and then you have to find evidence to support that viewpoint, whereas science is the complete opposite of that. Science is finding the evidence and then drawing conclusions from said evidence. It's... religious folks just have it totally backwards. I don't know how they can get... and I mean, thankfully the US court has been somewhat successful in getting this shit out of public school, because I mean, it's not science. It's just not. Teach it in Sunday school, we don't give a fuck, because Sunday school ain't science, but... like, Sunday school ain't science class, but I mean... you bring it into science class, you've got a problem. Because it's not science. It's not scientifically backed up. There are no peer-reviewed, like, creationist journal entries or anything. There's just jack shit in favor of it on a scientific level. And I don't know why you'd promote that viewpoint when it's just false. And it's just ignorant. And even worse are like these young Earth creationists who are like, oh crap. These young Earth creationists who are like, that stupid. They think that, you know, things are just poofed into existence fully formed. Plus, the Earth was created, or the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Whereas all archaeological, paleontological, something like that. Evidence from the research done by paleontologists completely speaks against that. Now I've got to get to that elevator, I'm gonna die. Yep. There's just no point fighting these guys. It's better just to rush through, usually. Team kill. Doing pretty, yeah, it's doing pretty well now. I'm not even getting hit. Don't jinx it, don't jinx it. Yep, I jinxed it. Doesn't matter, I'm nearly there. That's how you do it. Don't bother fighting them, because there's too many. And an armor vendor to taunt me. Go fuck yourself, armor vendor. Yeah, it's just the most unfounded position you could possibly imagine. And I remember though, because we've got a show in this country called Q&A, where we have like figures in politics and science and religion and things come on to a panel and they ask questions. I think some are submitted by the audience, some are submitted by like YouTube, via webcams, things like that. Sometimes popular figures submit them, like other popular figures who perhaps couldn't make it or want to make an inquiry. And there was one episode where Richard Dawkins was on the panel, and we have a political party in this country, a pretty small time political party called Family First, which is like fundamentalist Christian right, you know, Christian right wing kind of thing. Protect the children, won't somebody please think of the children kind of thing. Again, I'm just going to be running around picking up all the ones I can just find that are on the ground. I'm not going around fighting those monsters on my face. Anyway, they asked the question, I think it was Dawkins who asked the question, do you believe in young Earth creationism? That is a yes or no question, by the way, just in case you're retarded and couldn't pick that up. It's a yes or no question. Are you a young Earth creationist? Yes, no. And then he starts going all off track, going, oh, I think people can come to their own conclusions about these things. There are many opinions about these things, and people can just have to come to their own conclusion. It's just like, how obvious do you need dodging the question to be before you're called out on it? Like, seriously. How fucking retarded do you think we are? Like, it's just so derpy. You might as well just say, I don't want to answer that question right now, I'm afraid. But seriously, it's a yes or no question. I mean, Dawkins never said, this is a one-word answer, yes, no, then restated the question. He restated the question, but never said, it's a one-word answer. Kind of putting him on the spot, saying if you say any more than one word, you're obviously dodging the fucking question. It's just stupid. If you do, then fine, but at least have the balls to admit it. You know? Don't worry, it's not saying it's fact, you're just saying you believe in it. That's all you're saying. Right? You can believe whatever you want. Fine. We can disagree with your beliefs and think they're unfounded and stupid and ridiculous, but can you at least have the balls to admit you believe something? Like, come on. And that's what I mean. And Aaron Ra pointed this out in a lot of the evolutionist videos. They know a lot of what they're preaching is wrong and just completely incorrect, but they stand by it because they have to. And they even say things like, if any evidence goes against the scriptural record, we can't take it into account because it must be wrong. Like, what do you mean it's wrong? It's there. We have proof that it's there. We've proven that not only did humans come from apes, but that humans are apes. We are apes. We're not just descended from them, we're part of their family. I couldn't name for you, like, whether it's the genus or the species. I don't have that, the scientific vocabulary to properly, what's the word? Damn. Oh! Hey! I'll take that. It's A. It starts with A. Fucking Preskevu. Preskevu. Motherfucking Preskevu. You called, you bastard. Jesus. It'd be quicker for them to kill me. Articulate! Articulate! That's the word. That's the word. Articulate. We'll get as many as possible. Might as well. Shit. It's not possible for me to articulate scientifically the theory as it is, but basically we are apes, and it's just the religious thing that we are above all animals, that we aren't even animals. We are. We're animals like any other. We exhibit traits like all animals do. We're not different from them. We're not separate from the natural world. We're part of the natural world. It's just ridiculous to say that we're not. It's stupid. And they know that they're wrong, but they have to keep pushing this shit because they have no choice. And to me, it's just retarded. Like, I've seen comedy videos and religion, theology videos about how the Bible is not meant to be interpreted literally, even by people who are Christians. Like, the Catholic Church rejects creationism. They believe in evolution. They push evolution. Not necessarily push it, but they side with it. You don't have to interpret Genesis literally. If you do, you're just undermining the what you consider to be the most sacred book in all history. You're just a retard. So anyway, cue the angry comments. Oh, granted, I don't think I have any religious viewers who are that stupid, or any religious viewers at all. But anyway, I shall catch you guys later.